Waverly Council takes a look at budget and finances. Our Web Extra will take us to an anti-Issue 2 rally in Jackson, and students from across the area enjoyed the Science Alliance on the Department of Energy reservation. You're watching Headlines.
When Ed's on the links, uncertainty is par for the course. But when he learned he had cancer, there was no room for doubt. That's why he chose the SOMC Cancer Center. For our board-certified physicians, state-of-the-art technologies, and patient-centered support like personal counseling, financial assistance programs, and the guidance of the American Cancer Society, whose office is right in the building. All the resources he needed to make sure he got back in the swing.
The SOMC Cancer Center. Very good things are happening here.
Approximately 1,200 high school juniors and staff members from area schools took part in this week's second Science Alliance event held at the site of the former Gaseous Diffusion Plant in Piketon. Many of the activities were hands-on and included a groundwater model, a Raccoon Creek display, a chemical monitoring demonstration, and stations concerning metal recycling, waste disposal, Ohio earthquakes, robotics, and more.
I've seen a lot of things, like how they're trying to clean up the environment and stuff like that, all the different types of ways, and how the different things that they got different machines to do that stuff. And
one of our examples that we have that we're telling the kids about is this PILT cable. It's paper insulated, lead coated power cable. There's 82 miles approximately of this stuff underground. Because it's lead line, they have to remove it because it's an environmental hazard. So D&D is going to yank this, so we want to be there when they yank the cable and put it in roll-offs and take it to a vendor that's certified to take care of the lead, which they can recycle, as well as the copper. With the 82 miles, that's a significant amount. And copper, depending on the prices.
The event was sponsored by the Department of Energy, its contractors at the site, the Ohio EPA, Shawnee State University, Ohio University, Insolves, and the Portsmouth Site-Specific Advisory Board.
I'm here to tell you that I'm mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore.
Here's a web extra that you won't find on the pages of the News Watchman, but only here on Headlines. Former Governor Ted Strickland and State Auditor candidate David Pepper were among those to speak out in opposition of Issue 2 at a rally in Jackson. Supporters of the issue call it a reform that will save the state money. But the governor and former auditor candidate couldn't disagree more.
What we're dealing with now is a reckless, radical, extreme Republican agenda that is devoted to stripping working people of their legitimate rights and giving all of the power and the influence to the richest among us.
What's the process under Senate Bill 5? Now, some of you may know this, some of you may not. The process under Senate Bill 5 that they call collective bargaining, management puts, again, let's go back to the deputies. Management puts forward their proposal. The deputies put forward their proposal. Guess what happens if they don't agree? The management gets to decide which of the two proposals they like better. Can you believe that? You know what? I have not described this process in any room in the state of Ohio where the reaction isn't the laughter I just heard. It's a joke, folks.
Voters will have the opportunity to decide the fate of Issue 2 on November 8th at the general election. Time now for another quick trip around Pike County, where we travel around in search of a few quick-hitting stories. We'll begin today at the Pike County Fairgrounds, where Thursday, Friends of 4-H presented a $63,000 check toward the construction of a new goat and lamb barn there at the fairgrounds. Groundbreaking for that new structure is expected in spring 2012. To Waverly now, where council met for a workshop on Tuesday and discussed the budget, including potential cuts and adjustments to the wage ordinance. Matt Lucas will fill you in on what all happened there in our Sunday edition. And finally today, to the Pike County CTC, which is the home of the bus driving team that won the recent in-service rodeo. The rodeo is a hands-on training event that measures drivers' skills and knowledge of school bus procedures. They were presented with a traveling trophy in recognition of their accomplishment on Thursday. And this has been another quick trip around Pike County. In sports, we'll have high school football action, including Paint Valley at Piketon, where they'll be celebrating the 50th anniversary of the SVC. We'll also have Waverly at West football and high school volleyball action. Taking a look now at your 5-day weather forecast for Pike County and the surrounding area. Forecasters are calling for a gusty weekend, plenty of wind both days, no rain expected, mostly sunny on Saturday, and Sunday a few more clouds will roll in. And that will give way to what looks like a rainy start to the work week. Monday, occasional showers, then Tuesday, thunderstorms, and Wednesday, more rain. We have no obituaries to report today, but when we do, you can always find them on page 3 of your paper or online at newswatchman.com. Also in your weekend edition, we'll tell you why SOMC officials are concerned over a possible partnership between PCH and Adena. Also, we'll have an Operation Christmas Child update, and the patrol made a crack cocaine bust this week in Waverly. All these stories and more in your weekend edition. That's all we have for this time, but be sure to tune in next week for more headlines. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you next time.